So here's what you're going to learn in this training video. First, we're going to talk about how to identify the most important things to focus on each day, so you can be confident you are going to stay on target to reach your deadlines. We'll then talk about why understanding where your time and energy goes is so important, and why this awareness will stop you wasting valuable time and energy on the wrong things. Then finally, we're going to look at a fun visual tool that will really help you to identify exactly where your time goes, so you can manage your time effectively and ensure you get the best results. Let's start with a quote from the ever so stylish fashion designer Mr. Tom Ford. From the time we're born until we die, we're kept busy with artificial stuff that isn't important. So let's talk about why we need to focus the mind on what is important. Like we discussed in the last digital detox module, we live in an age of so many digital distractions. We get bombarded every day of our lives with all of this information and digital stuff, and we're continually trying to refocus on what is important so we can work towards our goals in life. Whether that's to graduate from college, save for a car, plan for a holiday, pay off some of our credit card debt, make progress in our career, or work towards starting our own business as an entrepreneur. If you want to achieve anything in your life, you must push past the commotion and constantly reinforce who you are and what's important to you. When you can identify what's really important and what you value in life each day, every action you need to take feels easier, and you can stay committed because you understand exactly why it matters to the bigger picture of your life. But here's the thing, we often talk about our priorities in life and what we want. But how many times each day do we really stop to think about what's important? Do you take the time to think about what you spend your time doing, and how important would you rate the stuff you spend time on each day? You see, to be able to graduate with top marks and reach any goal in your future, you need to direct your time, energy, money and passion with very clear intention, and look at what's really significant to get you where you want to go. Sticking to what's important can seem simple, but how many times do you promise yourself that this week will be different? That this week you'll make the changes you need to get ahead in life? But by Friday, you don't feel much different from Monday, and the days and weeks just seem to roll on by. Much of your week may have been filled with getting distracted online, watching TV, scrolling through emails, or doing work that just doesn't feel meaningful. Unfortunately, this is all too common, and many students simply can't wait for the weekend to start because they give up on finding their true potential and putting 100% into reaching their dreams. They begin to lose hope in what they had set their heart and mind on in the first place. Sometimes it can feel hopeless when we get bogged down with stuff that doesn't feel like we're getting anywhere, but it's probably because you haven't identified where you're focusing your time and energy, or clearly understand how to identify and take action on what's really important to you. So what you need to do is to take a step back and look at what really matters to you. And when I say this, I mean what's important to you, not what's important to everyone around you. Because what your friends and family think is important may not be what you feel is important. They might not be as passionate about the same things as you, or really understand why something matters to you and the difference you want to make in the world. And that's okay, because if we were all the same, the world would be a pretty boring place. If we all loved the same things, there would be no room for creativity, style, or new ideas. Everyone would eat the same food, drive the same cars, wear the same clothes, and have the same job. It just wouldn't make sense. So understanding what you feel is important is the key to giving you a life where you feel totally fulfilled and complete. Because once you understand what you value and want in life, you can really strengthen your vision of what you stand for, what subjects you need to learn to have the career you wish to pursue, and what it takes for you to be happy and in a job you love. When you are clear on who you are, what you already have to be grateful for, and what you want your life to stand for, your focus becomes so clear, and you can easily identify and remove the things that are stopping you from being happy. And this can be tricky, because when we get really busy and you have a million assignments due, everything can start to feel important. but you've probably not learnt what I'm about to teach you. In fact, in this module, it's all about helping you define exactly what's important in your life each day, so you can strengthen your focus and stay productive and on the road to success. So if you're not sure how to focus, it's likely that you need to get some guidance and clarity around how to pay attention to what really matters, and that's what we're going to talk about in this training. However, to be clear from the start, you must always remember to look at how important something is to the big picture of your life. This means understanding and appreciating the journey and the smaller steps, mistakes, and lessons you'll learn along the way before you reach your big goals. Making sense? So now let's take a look at the Urgent Importance Matrix. This matrix has been made popular by both former US President Eisenhower and Dr. Stephen Covey. At its core, this concept identifies that where you spend your time can be divided into degrees of urgency and importance. When I first discovered this matrix, I tried to apply it to my own life, as a young woman juggling a million things each day with studying and working towards my dreams. I needed help to identify what was really important to me, so I could just focus my time and energy on what was going to help me stay on track. So as part of this training, we have adapted this matrix into a priority page, so students like you and I can easily understand what's important, especially in a world where we are surrounded by digital distractions and where nothing ever seems to slow down. So rather than getting distracted and feeling doubtful or confused, you can refer to this method whenever you need guidance to stay on track and refocus your thoughts and actions. So what does this priority page actually look like? Well, the priority page is a structured visual method you can use anytime to help you assess how important something really is. The process involves you understanding what is valuable using a quadrant system. This includes important, not important, urgent, and not urgent. Before we look at this priority page to help you determine how to focus, you need to think about what you've got to do this week and what actions you need to take. What are those things that are piling up in your mind or on your to-do list? What's keeping you feeling a bit stressed out and worried you won't complete everything? It could be research you need to do, assignments you need to write, or exams you need to study for. Or it could be TV shows you need to record, friends you need to catch up with, exercise you need to do, or things you need to buy. It's time to take a few moments now to extract everything you need to think of to get done this week. So to do this, I want you to download your priority page power sheet from below this video and take a few moments now to write everything you can think of down on paper. Now at this stage, just write these all down in no particular order. So take action now. Download everything you can think of that you need to get done this week. Then, once you're ready, you can press play, and on the other side of this video, we'll discuss how you can use your priority page to figure out what's important. So hit the pause button on the screen right now and take action. Welcome back. So now I hope you took the time to extract your to-do list down on paper, because we all know it's so easy to just watch this video, not hit pause and skip the exercise. But easy won't help you get results and strengthen your focus. To get clarity and see results in your life, you need to apply consistent action to your thoughts. So, well done if it's you. And I know that it is, because you've made it this far and you're really proving how committed you are to achieving success and reaching your true potential. So you should be proud of yourself. And I'm proud of you too. So now that you can see everything unloaded on your page, we can begin to take a look at the matrix and apply this to getting the most out of your week ahead. As you can see, there are 4 key areas that make up where and how you focus your time, energy, money, and passion. The 4 quadrants include the fire quadrant, the diamond quadrant, the queen bee quadrant, and the addiction quadrant. We'll be looking at each of these areas in an anti-clockwise direction now. So, taking a look at what you have noted down on your priority page, let's get ready to use the second page to match up which items on your list you feel match each quadrant. Let's discuss the first quadrant, The fire quadrant. This is where things feel urgent and important. This is the core of where most students end up reacting to life. They get caught up with daily deadlines, completing last-minute assignments and projects, cramming for exams, submitting things late, reacting to phone calls, emails, and stressful situations. It's all about crisis-pressing issues, deadlines, and meetings. In essence, these are critical activities which have become urgent and demand your complete attention ASAP. We have established this as our fire quadrant because this type of critical activity creates no time to think about anything but what is urgent in the moment, and you may feel like your time, energy, money or passion is being spent constantly putting the flames out to the small fires in your life. Things like, I need to pay my credit card bill before the bank calls. I need to stay up late now to pass this exam tomorrow. I need to work overtime to get this project at work completed. Or I need to phone this person now because it's the third time I've missed their call today. Now take a closer look at your thoughts on paper and begin to use the second page to write down which items on your page fit into this fire quadrant category. Which items do you feel have become urgent in your life? They may have started out as easy things to tick off your list, but now they have built up and require immediate action this week. Write these into your fire quadrant box now. I recommend you pause this video to give yourself time to think and write these down. Okay, so now let's discuss the second quadrant, the Queen Bee quadrant. This is where things feel urgent yet are unimportant. It's the stuff that keeps us busy even when we know we have more important things we could be doing with our time. This is the core of where the glorification of busy thrives. You are constantly filling silence with activity, regardless of whether or not your time, energy, money or passion is being spent wisely. It could be endless group meeting after meeting, an inbox filled with junk mail, retail therapy every week where your money just keeps disappearing, calendar events that fill up your days with coffee catch-ups and long appointments, writing blog posts that feel draining, unfinished or uninspiring, or a desk littered with small things to finish and file. An important thing to be aware of is when we feel busy, we feel important, as well as making whatever we are busy doing feel important. But busyness is a bad habit that many of us have become addicted to in a time-poor world. Busyness keeps your mind and behaviour preoccupied and prevents you looking inward. It can feel addictive to always have meetings to go to, people to see and things to do, but often it will not help you focus in the long run. It simply provides an illusion rather than a solution to where you spend your time. We have established this as our Queen Bee quadrant because the focus is on being busy simply for the buzz of it. Now take a closer look at your thoughts on paper and begin to use the second page to write which items on your page fit into this Queen Bee quadrant category. Write these into your Queen Bee quadrant box now. Remember to pause this video to give yourself a bit more time. Okay, so now let's discuss the third quadrant, the addictive quadrant. This is where things are not urgent or important for that matter, but we may just start doing it anyway and become addicted in the process. This is where time, energy, money and passion flies by and quickly forms a distraction for your dreams. It includes activity that is definitely not important or urgent. It's all about emotional issues with friends and boyfriends and family, office trivia, emotional drama and celebrity gossip, unnecessary phone calls, constant texting, excessive time spent online, gambling, money and energy addicted to alcohol or drugs, watching too much TV and playing too many video games. This is where your focus should be avoided, as before you know it you fall victim to wasted time, energy, money and passion. Spent time, energy, money and passion you might one day regret. This is where we crave attention, stimulation and the need to feel engaged. We often feel like we are too tired to think and instead create addictive activities that limit our ability to think clearly. This area reminds us just how quickly time can slip through the hourglass of our lives when we are plugged into these addictive activities. Now again, take a look at your thoughts on paper and begin to use the second page to write down which items on your action list fit into this addictive quadrant category. Write these into your addictive quadrant box now. Remember to pause this video to give yourself a little bit more time. Okay, the last but most important ones here. Are you ready? Let's discuss the fourth and final quadrant, the diamond quadrant. This is where things are not urgent but are very important. Sadly though, this quadrant often gets the least amount of attention. This is where you spend time, energy, money and passion focused on what really matters in your life. It's about the big picture, activities spent in preparation, planning, prevention, relationship building, personal development and real living. It's the time, energy, money and passion spent connecting with loved ones, experiencing life on a grander scale, or simply quiet reflection. Ultimately though, it's about gaining invaluable insight to advance your level of awareness and growth. The sooner you spend time, energy, money and passion in this area, say for example sorting out your financial affairs and creating a budget and savings account, working on building a strategic vision for your dreams, discovering your true passions and natural gifts, tapping into your spiritual or creative self, or giving back to your world and gaining great perspective, the less you will have to sweat it out when issues become urgent later in life, such as nearing retirement or in fact preventing a midlife or quarter-life crisis. The good news is though that right here and right now is a perfect example of being in the diamond quadrant, as you are developing your ability to focus and gain more clarity to achieve the most out of your life. So well done! Finally, let's take a look at your thoughts on paper now and begin to use the second page to write which items on your current page fit into this diamond quadrant category. Write these into your diamond quadrant box now. Remember to pause this video to give yourself a little bit more time. Okay, so now that you have completed your very first priority page, you can start to get a big picture of where you need to focus this week. You can begin to clearly identify how much time and energy you spend focused on what's important versus what's urgent versus not urgent and not important in your life, and think about if you want to focus more effectively in the future. So now that you can visually see the big picture of where you focus your time, energy, money and passion each week, do you like what you see? Do you focus your time on what's important to get the most out of your day, or do you need to reevaluate where you direct your attention? Ask yourself, is the stuff you think was worth your time still worth doing each day, or is it time to refocus on what's really important and what's really going to make you happy? For example, how much time do you spend in the Queen Bee quadrant of your life versus how much time do you give to the Diamond quadrant? Here's the thing. When you value your time, energy, money and passion, you begin to base each decision on its importance to your life. You begin to focus more on what matters to you and disregard old habits or beliefs that no longer support your true values. Making sense? So it's crucial to actually stop and think about which things in our lives really matter the most. And even if we are clear on our priorities, we need to really understand if we are actually living in such a way that feels authentic and aligned with them right now. Understand too that your priorities will no doubt change as you journey through life. Take the time to review and repeat your priority page tool from the last module every few days, weeks, months and years to see where your priorities may change. This will be particularly helpful for you when making big decisions in your life, such as when you experience changes in your career, family, location or lifestyle, or any area that may cost you considerable amount of time, energy, money or passion. So always remember, if you knew you had a limited time left here on earth, would you change how you viewed what was important in your life? If you focused on what was important to you every day, would you keep worrying about what others think, giving energy where it is not reciprocated, using passion and emotion to fuel negative outcomes, getting distracted by trivial thoughts, wasting time on trivial things, stressing out about minor details, saying yes to everybody else all of the time, putting your own dreams on hold? As Apple's creator Steve Jobs once famously said, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations or pride or fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important." Alright, so you're ready to focus on what is important, so take action now. We've got a power sheet to help you really think through all 4 quadrants of what's important versus what's urgent, to help you get clear on what you need to spend more time, energy, money or passion on throughout the week, and to help you identify where you're wasting valuable energy and only seeing limited results. And remember, this is not a one-time event. Identifying what's important and what you need to spend more time, energy, money and passion focused on is something to reevaluate time and time again. So even though you've completed this just once, and that's great, to get the most from your week and your year ahead, you'll need to infuse this exercise many times to reinforce clarity in your week, to help you stay focused on seeing results sooner. So you've got everything you need right here in your Power Pack, your weekly, monthly and yearly priority page PDFs. Remember, without taking action, the insight we have just uncovered in this training video is worthless. So start to focus your mind and take action now. Download your PDF and do the exercises. And up next, it's decision time. Your next module dives deep into how to focus on making great decisions that will help you avoid making costly mistakes.